Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us in this segment of Tech Connect. I am Mr. Stewart. I'm in the Department of Computer and Information Technology at West Kentucky Community and Technical College. I'm glad you joined us this morning. It is always a good thing to see different schools and to see what kind of programs the different schools have. I praise each and every one of you for taking this time out, each student and the teachers for being interested in showing the students what is available at West Kentucky as well as possibly other schools. And for all those involved in putting on the Tech Connect, I want to praise them too for the great job that they have done. It is never too early to begin your journey toward college and the decisions you might make on which college you would want to attend, and also what your major and field you might want to go into when you get there. So this is maybe a first step for you to look at West Kentucky Community and Technical College, at some of the programs that we have. I'm in the CIT program. I think you will or have also seen the arts program and possibly a couple of other programs. So always feel free to contact us or have someone contact us to talk to you about the different programs that we have. The Computer Information Technology program at West Kentucky is one that we're very proud of. We've had this program for many years now, and we've expanded it to include several areas, such as computer programming, computer networking, and other programs. We also have, along with each one of those programs, we have some core classes. Those are classes that one has to take no matter what you major in. Some of these core classes would be a computer networking class, a programming class, a logic class. We feel that everyone needs to have a broad understanding of computers. So if that's an area that you're interested in, you would want to have a broad education in that particular area. One thing I would like to demonstrate today is an area called the Internet of Things. It encompasses not only computer programming through logic, but also networking. I have a couple of things that I've set up here, and our goal is to show a statement that's called, and it's a logic statement, if this, then that. So it's IFTTT is the name of the app that we'll use on the phone, and through that app we are able to control different devices. So the statement is logic statement, if this, then that. One example would be if you sat down at the supper table and your parent or guardian says, if you eat all of your supper, then you'll get some ice cream for dessert. So that shows a logic statement. If one thing happens, if you eat all your supper, then a result comes from that is that you will get ice cream for dessert. So that stretches into more than just sitting down at the supper table or things at home. It also applies to electronic devices. So for instance, one thing I want to demonstrate is we'll create just a button widget that is set to turn on or off, depending on how we're working it at the time, a light. So if I touch the button, then the light comes on. Or if I touch the button, the light goes off. So that would be an if this, then that statement. And I want to demonstrate that through the app on the phone. I'll use the IFTTT app. So let me start up my phone here, and I have a folder with a few productivity apps in there, and one of them you can see is the If This IFTTT app. So let's start it up. Now what I will use is a smart plug, which is an electrical outlet that's actually has Wi-Fi built into it. And so this is the electrical outlet that is a smart plug. And Wi-Fi is built into that, and it will connect to a local Wi-Fi at your home or at school, as we're at West Kentucky, but they are used at home quite a bit to turn lights on and off during the day, or if you're away from home, so that look like someone's home, used for many different things. So I'll use it first. And on the If This Then That app, I'll want to create my own applet. And so we have the statement that you see on your screen, if this, then that. So let's define what this is. This will be, in the case here, if I push a button. So I'm going to create a widget button that I will push that will turn on a light. So this, you see there is a widget button listed there. Actually, it says button widget. So we'll choose that and choose the press button. Now we have to define what we want to do. As you were going to get ice cream for dessert, we want to define what that is. So let's choose it, and we're going to need to search. My smart plug is a TP-Link, and so we'll just search for TP, and it should come up TP-Link CASA. And notice it recognizes that several things can be done with the smart plug. You can turn on, have it turn off. You can have it toggle the light, activate a scene. Many different things can be done. We'll just have it toggle. So in other words, if the light is on and I press the button, it'll turn the light off. If the light is off, I'll press the button and it will turn the light on. So that's toggling the light on and off. I've called this light living room, and that looks like the correct one. And we'll create an action on that. And you notice that it brings up then toggle living room HS101. So we have created our own. Scroll down and click the finish. So we have just created our own logic statement, if this, then that. I'm using an iPhone, and so I went ahead and set it up so that any button widgets that I create are shown on the control screen. So let me get back to that, and we'll go over to this area. And you notice at the bottom, it's IFTTT, and that button widget popped in there that says toggle living room. Let's test it out. The if this would be to press the button, so I'm going to press the button, and the that part of it should be that this light comes on, and it did. Since it's a toggle, I should be able to press the button, and since the light's on, that would turn the light off. And that's creating your own through logic, if this, then that. One action will cause another one. Okay? I want to demonstrate a second one that is a little more involved. For this, what we just did, the button widget, in other words, the IFTTT app had to communicate through the internet with the smart plug to tell the smart plug to come on and off. So that was the app going straight to the TP-Link smart plug. On this one, I want to use a camera, a WISE camera, which is used quite a bit for security cameras, but it's a WISE camera. So I want to create a if this, then that, that will, when the WISE camera detects motion, it will have to, through the IFTTT app, it will have to communicate with the smart plug to turn the light on. Okay. Now, since my light just turned on, I'll go ahead and toggle that light off, because we'll just want motion to be detected So let's go back over to the If This Then That app and start it up. And we need to choose two things. One, something for the WISE camera, and two, what we want the TP-Link to do. So we'll create our own applet, and we see the same screen that we had a moment ago, if this, then that. So what is this? Well, this will involve the WISE camera, so I'll have to search again is the easy way to do it. So let me, with my one finger searching here, WISE. So there's, I want the WISE. It notices that the WISE is a camera, so it can react to several different things. Being a security camera, it can react to motion or sound or even a CO2 alarm. If a CO2 alarm came on, you could have it send you an email or sound an alarm of some other type. Sensors, there are several that you notice there on the screen. We want it to simply do motion is detected for this demonstration. And my camera is called Barn Cam. I set it in my barn, so I called it Barn Cam, and it's still called Barn Cam, even though it's at West Kentucky Community and Technical College. So we'll create a trigger for that. So now we have this part done. If the WISE cam detects motion, what do we want it to do? Well, we want it to communicate with our TP-Link smart plug. So let's search for it. TP-Link CASA, and again it notices that the TP-Link CASA can turn on, turn off, several different things, and so our toggle, and so we'll just have it turn on. We'll create that action, and that's on the living room. At this point it should set up then when motion is detected by the camera, it will communicate through the app with the smart plug and turn the light on. Okay, and you see on your screen it says if motion is detected on Barn Cam, then turn on the living room. You might have this actually as a more real life, not in a barn, but in your living room actually. If motion is detected and you're at home, you might have it turn a couple of lights on through the smart plug, and therefore hopefully nothing is wrong. It may have just been the wind blowing a curtain, but if the lights come on and it happened to be someone that shouldn't be there, then they would hopefully be scared away and leave. Okay, now we need to finish that up. Now I didn't create a button widget as I did last time, but we'll demonstrate this one by simply, I'll give some motion. Let me start up the WISE on your screen so you can see that it has motion to it. So you notice I'll just move my hand for motion. So motion has been detected, and the statement would say to turn on the lamp. But if you notice, the lamp has not come on as of yet. There is a term called latency. Sometimes things don't happen as quickly as we're accustomed to. When you sit down at a computer or you use your tablet and you open up a website, sometimes we get a little bit irritated if 3 seconds later it's not there and we're viewing it. But that's because we're accustomed to things happening quite quickly. There is a term called latency, which means that it takes time for communication to occur. Now that may be millionths of a second, or it may take up to a minute for communication to actually occur at times from something like a camera through an app and then back to a smart plug. Okay, you notice that it did take a little bit longer for the lamp to come on, but as you see, the lamp did come on. And that was longer than it took for just one device, but when you put two devices along with an app, it does take, there's more latency involved in information traveling around. So I hope this is giving you some idea about how not only in the home use but in the workplace, computer programming, logic statements, networking, information security, things that we offer and teach at West Kentucky Community and Technical College, all are very important to your career if you decide to go into computers, or even if you're not. As a home user, you need to be able to use logic to protect your home or set up just convenient apps and smart plugs in today's modern world. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you for tuning in.